my OnlyFans philosophy, and I would love to be corrected if I am wrong. So I want to hear from people who are subscribing to OnlyFans and are interested in that type of platforms. I would love it if you could message me on one of my other platforms. If you follow me on there, message me there, or you can make a comment on this video. You can like this video and subscribe to me if you'd like to. That would also be very helpful. I would love that. I'm seeing a lot of radical changes. I'm seeing a lot of collabs, which we know what collab means. I'm seeing a lot of radical changes in hair, makeup, tattoos, piercings, surgeries, Botox, lip fillers. Are lip fillers? No, they're not Botox. That's collagen, right? Anyway, lip fillers. Extreme eyebrow, eyelash, makeup, tanning, all sorts of changes, all sorts of locations, editing, really nice cars, really nice houses, really nice resorts. Here's what I'm thinking, and this is where you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm 53 years old. I live a fairly normal life in New England. I've given you my philosophies before, I think, on how I think a lot of people are changing. But one idea that I really have been leaning into lately is that there are certain sites, Brazzers, Pornhub, things like that. There's also things that are more like the cam services and things like that. I don't really know the names of a lot of those, but you know what I'm talking about. And then you've got the sites like OnlyFans, LoyalFans, Fansly, things like that. I think, and I could be wrong, that when someone signs up to subscribe to a creator on OnlyFans, and I believe that most people have that maybe 5 to 10 creators that they are willing to subscribe to. If that's the case, and that's a lot, if that's the case, and they're paying $10 a month or $5 a month, I mean, you're talking about a 25 to 50 to upwards of hundreds in just your subscriptions to those girls that you're following. If you follow 2 to 3 at $10 a month, you're still spending $30 a month, which I think is a nice little chunk of change to be spending on OnlyFans. So I think that when you choose to spend that money on a creator, it's because it's a creator that you felt some kind of connection to. They were popping up in your feed on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. You were seeing them somewhere do their videos, whether they were there, a little bit of a naughtier video, or they were just doing like a cooking video where they were dressed maybe provocatively, or I have had actually quite a few people follow me and I was dressed like this in the videos that they saw, and they just found me soothing, which is great, and they followed me there. I'm not always dressed this innocently when I'm on there. But I have a feeling that when you guys follow somebody on there, it's because you liked their personality, you liked the connection. You didn't follow them because you thought that they were super polished or that they were going to sell you a service. It's not like following Playboy magazine. You're following Devoted Friend 72, and she lives in New England and drinks tea and wears big sweaters and has a little bird and likes plants and whatever. And you're getting to know me. And then you know that I have certain toys that are my favorite. I have certain things that I like to do. I have certain things that I can do. Think waterfall. And we have a fun connection. So when you subscribe to me and you become my friend on there and a subscriber, Then we talk. We talk about things that you like. We reminisce about things. I am one of 11% of Gen X creators on OnlyFans. I will get your A-Team references. I will get your Charlie's Angels references. I will remember Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and yes, that was for you, Rob, or John Hughes movies or whatever. I remember the commercials for Manwiches, and I ate bologna, and I drank out of the hose. I'm Gen X. I will get your references, and I will also be there for you in other ways. And I think that sets OnlyFans apart from like a Pornhub. You're going to go on there and you're going to consume a video. You're not going to have a connection with somebody. If you have a subscription to one of those other sites, even if you're paying for like the premium videos of a certain creator, that's a whole separate vibe. Now, there are some top creators and some famous people that are on OnlyFans, and you'll have that experience with them on that level. I'm like someone that you may have met at some point and we're messaging. Someone that you know from Instagram or Twitter or whatever, we're messaging. Yes, you're paying for that, and yes, I'm sending you videos and I'm sending you content as part of that subscription. I'm also asking you to occasionally buy something if you want to, if you can afford to, or people will tip me on occasion, and I'll put out some content that's available for sale, maybe 3 or 4 a month, maybe a little bit more depending on how creative I'm feeling. There's never pressure to buy, and I don't film with a film crew. Sometimes the lighting isn't 100% studio lighting. I do have some lights. Sometimes I'm just inspired to do something. Sometimes I'm changing. The lights kind of nice in my room, and I set up a tripod and I do a little filming for you. Sometimes I try on several dresses if I'm getting ready to go out and I'm in the bathroom and I'm trying on several dresses and I'm trying to decide which one I want to wear. But it's connection, it's not production, and it's not polished. And I'm not trying to constantly sell you things. And the things I've been seeing that concern me lately are the girls that are saying, I don't care about your opinion if you're not spending money on me. The creators who don't maybe say this directly to the subscribers, but they say this in the webinars and the things like that for other creators, that they don't want to see pictures of their subscriber, that they want to be paid if they're going to see pictures of their subscribers, that they block people that send them, or they soft block people that send them pictures. I want to have that connection where if I'm putting out a product, I'm sending out a morning video. Say I send out a morning video and you really like that video and you have a response to that video that you want to share with me and you send it to me, then I'm not taking that response and saying, oh, he needs to tip me, $50 before he sends me that picture or that video. No, I mean, you are having a positive response to the video that I'm sending you. Now, why am I sending you that video? Because I want to increase the connection between us. I want you to subscribe to me. I want you to keep subscribing to me. And I want you to enjoy what you're subscribing to, because it's my business, it's my company, it's my product. I'm putting something out there for you to consume, and I want you to like it. And if you do like it, and you get back to me about how much you like it, I'm not going to punish you for that. I mean, if you think about it, if I were Dunkin' Donuts and they've got this whole banana menu that they just put out for spring. It's delicious, by the way. The Bananarama matcha, the banana pudding cloud latte, so good. Anyway, if I put out a product, if I was Dunkin' and I put out the banana pudding cloud latte and I sent it to, I don't know, Jim 345, and he sent me a picture of him sitting in his truck drinking that drink that I had put out as a product. And I said, ew, I don't want to see you drink the drink. I just want you to drink the drink, and I just want the money. I don't want you to tell me what you think of it. I don't want you to show me a picture of you with it. I just want you to drink it and pay me, and I want to pretend you don't exist. That's not the vibe that I want to give out for my channel, for my OnlyFans. My page is about a connection. If I put out a product, if you love the product, tell me that you love the product. On occasion, if you hate the product and you're sweet about it, you can tell me that you hate the product. You can say, that's really not your thing, or that wasn't that attractive, or your butt looked really big. But be nice about it. But my point is, we're in a business. We're putting out a product, and our product is relational. We're not a big company. We're an individual. And even when we start doing really well, we have to remember who is buying our stuff and why. Because we're one of a million coffee shops that they can get coffee from. And it doesn't have to be us. And if we keep having a bad attitude, it might not be us. I hope that makes sense. I love you guys. That's the bottom line. Take care, guys.